Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good. You can tell that just by looking.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to my...
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from... She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Arches.
No use calling Ambrosia now. Come on. Faster! Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in... Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about...
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sanbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole. Let's go. Damn it. The whole village has turned. None ready to ride from here. To deal with these ones first. fly, Ambrosia. This might take a while. Be safe.
Soil and stone!
Two down. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing.
I have some things for sale. Thank you. Farewell, traveller.
Clive!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts. It told old Snotty to be ready to... Enough for the villagers.
Well done.
Welcome. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down, unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
I did, yeah, but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself. Bloody stupid tradition it might be. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds, and our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that...
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequence. I may be a selfish prick, but I...
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost...
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite. You,
We can't afford to...
Right you are. Don't want any no... Oh, and... Blackthorn.
Akashic on the moon.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. The wash.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the... No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, and it won't come to that. Take good care of Dravoj till I get back.
Leave it to me, and...
All right. Which one of you's first? Too slow. Is that it? Apparently not. They're not getting past me. Too slow. The question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Sid, enough to give those Akashic monsters night. But mostly,
I'm afraid I've only delayed There's no getting rid of that ether, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
that may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravos isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravos what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, And I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravost in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with a hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Good girl.
Yeah!
Time to fight. This might take a while. You deserve a rest. Not good. That's all of them. Oh, I...
Come back.
tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
We were just about to make a start on
It's funny, but none of this would have been... You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving.
a team effort led by the
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah?
Right.
to the bellows.
Well, bugger me.
The sword to end.
It's... Thank you.
So, does this make you pet?
This? Nah. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history, but we're up for the challenge.
A list of material.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravel.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worth...
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next.
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time, mate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcans!
What do I owe the honor? What do you want? Anything else? Yeah. I never thought me in something if it hadn't been for... I'll keep the forge up.
Tried Molly's lemon tarts. I've never had.
Canva lost. It can't be true.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson? How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, so.
Good, thankful.
All fit. May the Telemon!
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid.
It's fine, really.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few.
You could just
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff, and I reckon it's a met.
stretchy metal.
Bah. So,
Thank you, Hawaii.
shh. And I wanted to get some practice in using that Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dream, maybe even out there. One day,
They'll hardly believe...
So, she don't need sails?
Clyde, I'd like you to... Seeds, I'll keep... But if he's as of those, they've lived there, small wonder. And if your woods are Wade's...
All right.
Thanks, there.
Gizal Green.
Not the milk better than... Yeah. Oh.
I got peppers to numb your tongue and put fire in your belly.
There were ghosts at the gates, not Daisy.
Those things I said before.
My wards and I may soon...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his Radiance at the head of... Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his nobled.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a foundation upon which to build. He's already secure.
What does one?
Would for you and...
I'll see what I can tell you. Or... I may have met this duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able...
We're under orders not to let any civil... But you should be all right. His Eminence, wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid, and I shall... But tell me, is it wealth?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison will render your... Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself. Pride of place, in fact. For too long, but no more.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses, which is more than can be said for. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe with Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both, that we need only build a wall around both. Plans are already underway. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall. I've been hearing a lot.
Enough going around, and we've heard...
I take...
Just...
Oh.
It's fine if... I heard the Dame got an eye concert with the man.
What?
What?
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
Those things I said before.
Excuse me, do you... I wondered...
The thing... And it...
What?
This has it.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain.
For you? Certainly. Thank you for last. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke. Do you intend to...
It's my... That's well. Thank you. Thank.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Were you able to speak with...
I was.
They...
I understand.
Thank...
What happened to you?
I told you, not but it was
all that we...
Yes, I
no.
would.
There may be hope for Northreach. But
What is it?
Nothing. Fine.
What's happened?
don't blame yourself, El. I know, no, but...
But
It's this. It's
Well, for meeting this...
You have...
I'll get you. I'll do.
All right. To Randalar, then. Do not keep Eloise waiting. Well... What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road.
when are they gonna let us through?
Ambrosia won't help me here. All right. Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. I hope I didn't keep you...
Yeah.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bear. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that and so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then.
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the... A most demanding... He insisted that's what...
I wouldn't know.
Oh, yes, they pay good...
That does... No matter. And with it...
My associate...
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was there. I was... No.
Hello. Word from Cashlock.
Hold on, Theo. That'll do, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the... Just... Okay.
Ambrosia won't help me here. Safe. Damn it. It's too thick. These creatures have all returned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Nice try. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! So will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free.
To live He never could come to terms with the...
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading, and I was chosen to inherit the family. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. A late bloomer. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers... My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into that before they could.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others, but he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called you, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time how much easier my life might have been devoted myself. But I have never regretted. Being with my brother meant more to me than I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night, and the choice I made, and the fact that I would make the same choice again. He was never a burden. If anything...
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you, and you always...
You're right. It was so... I know Theo wanted me to move, and let's go.
Lord Rosfield. Is that...
Have you learned?
Little.
Fallen.
Indeed. As a...
Would that be possible?
Of course. But if you...
All right.
Clive! I just... no.
And...
Chuck?
Are you there, guy?
It's... But... Speaking of... I'm afraid... And they... And... Oh, the life...
How could I
Vic, I have... Oh...
What's the difference between a lord and a knight?
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Della?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have...
I did. I've developed having a sent him.
You're not the only...
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down, and he said that you might be able to...
Then you've come at just the right. There are more camps in the vicinity, but we must strike.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
There's the ne'er-do-wells on the land.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Doc and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where? Ah, I see the banners.
No, but...
No. Something's happened.
What is it?
The whole town's in up. They're saying that Lubor is a bet.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about... And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic and without a crystal...
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. Which, if he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by... Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who has made a leader of himself when the world believed...
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
And now I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was...
We're sorry, Lubor. But we just...
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing. All that matters to me is that you...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed.
You're right. We should speak to...
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of...
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with... I can't promise anything, but...
And that is all I can...
Why are you taking the bell? Why do they always have to make such a...
He knew all along that he...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but...
I've seen...
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it?
That's right.
The rumors that he's a bearer.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything...
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a...
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his fort?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's son?
I assumed... There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this lifetime.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them... We'll talk some sense into them in the...
No. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is a reflection. Yourself be true. That was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself, and so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain, so that the people of Dalamil, for only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who will be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change.
I would not take it, Victor.
Over. And so just like that, you're going to throw this town? I thought you were better than... But it seems you had me...
Victor.
Forget it.
Are you sure you're making the right choice?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Ah, but where are my manners? Right then.
If there's anything I can do...
I'll bear it in mind. Fly, Ambrosia.
No holding back.
Faster!
Don't get surrounded. All right.
You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Kill! Yours, Torgal. This one. Whatever that thing is, say it's their leader. Now, Torgal! There's a good boy. Torgal, kill! Should have stayed. These must be Cyril's.
You have our
Who are you?
I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. Thanks to...
You call them... Your brothers might still be alive. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origin, a duty of the highest import.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your finding.
I see. That is most kind. Pray. May the fire burn.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for us... Here.
My I shall...
Cyril, lost with these...
No,
Even when...
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which the Undying we lived.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how please.
I thank you, if you will permit me to respond. Our faith in his grace, and we of the Undying, will do what we... As first shield to the Phoenix. I am sure you understand.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is...
Ah, what brings you to East?
A delivery from...
These are Martha's IG, but they...
Martha,
that's... These bearers had a... They know little of free... Unless we... Not that my... It's about... Unfortunately, we've been a...
The Horde is... They're coming, Sir Wade.
Time it all. I thought we'd have... Gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before...
What if you could call on reinforcements?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men, though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians? What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool!
For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking...
Thanks to you.
Me?
Lord Rossfield, my lady.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several. Upon engaging...
You're going to lure them into...
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded. By coordinating our withdrawal with luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most... and for you and I.
A sound plan. But one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. But you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to...
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! There.
Then you know what you must. We work together, each shielding the other that no man might... For Rosaria! We've no time to argue, my...
And I will do as you...
Suppose we'd better do...
Right.
The calm before the... And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Farewell! All yours, Torgal! Titan! Soil and stone! You lose! Looks like that's the last of...
Lord Rossfield!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I could order a detachment or two.
No. Let them... You stay here too, Sir Wade. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is what...
If you're sure. May the founder...
Ambrosia won't help me here. All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield.
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. We were able to eradicate the I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further... I hesitate to say it.
I think it...
We saved... Thank you, my friend.
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together.
We never had nothing to call our own before, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. But there's no doubt in my mind, we're free men now. So we have to fight to protect what's ours.
And we shall. This is our home. And if
they'll have us to answer...
Come on, then.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight. And I believe if he was still with us today...
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now, too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my...
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud, or I'll have to pull my weight, too. Can't have... Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support?
Of course. And us Rosarians have got...
Indeed we...
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you... I ain't paid you for delivering them...
All right.
Lord Rosfield, clearing the goblins from the Stillwind... There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving, when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall...
So Wade, you have always been a true I know that Eastpool, and indeed all...
Thank you. I know the rest...
The hero? It's lucky you... Not only did my seeds get...
I just did...
And its own. Take it.
Thank you.
So? And a
Well, it would.
I know, though I suppose... You know, bearers know there's a...
I take...
Well, if you In fact, that's how I met... He showed up at the stable. Founder knows what he thought I was doing. Me? I thought he was... And before I knew it... The cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off. And do you know what he did? And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for it.
And you were?
Well... We both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, he certainly didn't lack for ambition.
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions. The heart, which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to...
Suppose you're right. And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wing. It's almost... Anyway, better get back to work. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is...
That sounds like a one.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. All yours. Sorry, but you're not quite there yet.
Come back.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
What do you expect?
Trouble with your gear, or something falling, do you? Anything else?
Don't tell me we've run out of Pepio nuts and all.
Still alive, are ya? Sorry. Sold out. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you? How do you split the sea?
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I...
But not nearly as well as you. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of...
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe, yet still it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crystal. Only one man established his dominance that day. I'm sorry, brother. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when perhaps the prince feels the same.
What is this place?
Don't move.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming!
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness.
I do.
I wasn't expecting you back. Best of luck out there, Sid.